this full screen YouTube. Get rid of the live chat. I have to have it in the tiny form. Anyways, okay. Hello, hello. Alright, before anything, let's see if I have any good TMs that I can think of here. Stealth Rock probably won't be bad here because he has the Gyarados, the flying type, right? Or no, it won't matter because it's his first Pokemon. Yeah, that just won't matter. I feel like he hits hard enough that Substitute could be something. Pachyrisu's pretty tanky, so Substitute would probably be really good on her. Probably not good enough though. I'm just gonna try with my current setup then. See where it goes. I do not remember the solution to this puzzle. Oh, there it is. Well, that's not a great start. Ah, okay. So that went poorly. I honestly think I start with Staravia because of the Intimidate. But he's still level 37, so he's a 37 float soul. I might still have to just power level. I grinded a little bit off stream, but 37 is insane. I'll give it one more shot. I'm thinking it wants me to do Team Rocket stuff first, and then come back here. I think is what the story wants me to do. Petrus tanky, I should be fine here. Is it speed or accuracy? Okay, that one's speed. I should be able to wrap stall this. I don't think Quagsire, because I have Levitate, the most I can do is Water Pulse, which I think Leech Seed just keeps me alive long enough that I can just wrap stall. Rock Tomb, that shouldn't hurt too much, it should be fine. Yep, that's fine. He doesn't really have moves that can hurt me too much on the Quagsire. Do I outspeed? No, not anymore, because Rock Tomb, right? No, I think I do. Sorry, Kitty. Sorry. I accidentally stepped on you, I'm sorry. You're okay. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kitty. I'm sorry, Kitty. Yeah, and then this is a heal turn. I believe he heals now. Yeah. I literally just rap stall this guy, and this turn is the guaranteed wake up, I believe. I believe I'm guaranteed to wake up this turn. How long does sleep last in this generation? Alright, do I get confusion? Do I confuse? I don't think I did. That is fine, it doesn't die this turn, it dies next turn. Alright, this thing's gonna use crunch. I could intimidate. Intimidate should be enough to survive. And then I swap out and intimidate again. I'm pretty sure I can survive. It's gonna Ice Fang next because it sees a kill. It's gonna Ice Fang. Fultz can take that. That's actually even better. I'm gonna go for a defense drop and then swap. Okay, I got its defense drop, so I should just swap into Staravia. I didn't get my defense drop. RNGB. RNG. Let's do another Intimidate. Staravia dies here. I think I've lowered his attack enough that I could survive a hit with Patchy and go for Paralyze. I forgot about this move. That's gonna kill you. Forgot I had Brian. That just is unfortunate. This thing just gets one shot by Ice Fang. Yeah, Torterra is brutal in here. Oh, it intimidates me to survive. Are you serious? And now it just dies to chip damage. I basically just bait out another Ice Fang. Chimeko survives them. And I can't get frozen. Oh, or brine. That's even better. Chimecho can survive a brine or an ice fang. It's gonna crunch here. I kill Torterra here. And then should Ice Fang or Brine. Am I Brine again? Which a Brine I can survive, so. Or Chimecho can survive a Brine. Or I just get crit. That's the third crit this fight. I'm pretty sure this thing just critted me 3 times. Nice. You know, I think it's only fair that a Hyper Potion. You're getting cheesy RNG, and I don't feel like losing this fight. And I think Mega Drain's enough to kill here. 2 Intimidate drops, I survive. Yeah, that fight was a weird, like, power spike. Something tells me I shouldn't have done this fight yet. Close combat. That's the huge stab move, right? That decreases your defense and special defense. I feel like that move is too situational. Because there's only 2 spots you would use this, and you're either trying to sack your Star Raptor, because it's not going to be needed for the rest of the fight anyways, and you just go for a high damage, or it's the last Pokemon that you're up against, and the defense drop doesn't matter, and you're just going to one-shot. I could do a U-turn close combat. I don't know, did Star Raptor learn U-turn? Because I could close combat. I'm really fast, so outspeed. U-turn lose the stat debuff. Right, because that's how U-turn works. You take off. It still switches, but you don't keep the status effects. I think it's the same as swapping. I don't think I learned it though. I did not have a great time battling you. You sucked. That's gonna be insane for Floatzel. I think Floatzel just has a permanent move now. Where is it? Oh, only one problem. Floatzel's physical attacker, right? Oh, never mind. I'm not. Yeah, it's pretty much a physical attacker. It's okay special attack. I'll give it. It'll work. It'll work. Psyduck time. I forgot what town. Is it Solace? Yeah, I think it's Solace. That's the farm town, then you go up and left and there's a Psyduck there. Yep. Yep. I think they replaced Pachirisu so far. I feel like most of my team is decent. But Pachirisu just doesn't do too much. She's tanky and pretty much it. I should also love my HM slave, just because he might as well get some use, right? And he'll be a tanky boy. Oh yeah, I could use the VS Seeker here, get some levels. I keep forgetting that's a thing. Oh yeah, I have to remember to interact with the glyphs at the next town. The town that you go north, I forget that there's like progress tied to talking to the glyphs. I remember getting stuck at that town. I forgot the name of it already. But the one with the ruins in it that I'm going up to, because you have to go through the fog, fight some trainers. Yeah, this thing is just not worth fighting. It doesn't give a lot of XP, and the Intimidate makes it survive. This thing gives a good amount of XP if I remember right. I need need to find some kind of item that increases electric damage for Patchy. Because her attack stats are terrible. So you need some kind of boost, because stab isn't enough. I don't know if I have Hoodoo yet. I don't think I'm going to use this thing though, so... I already have a bird. I don't need 2 birds. I know Noctowl is decent. Doesn't that just wake me up? Okay, that's a terrible moveset. Because I don't remember that move. I know there's a move, Wake Up Slap, where if you wake, it wakes them up, but it does more damage if they're sleeping. So like, there's use for that, but I don't think that move's just terrible. The only time that move is like good is with the metronome, because you're forced into that move. It's kind of like rollout. It's a normal version of rollout. Oh wait, that would be insane too. A metronome on a rollout setup. Is there a way to get defog this early in the game? Oh no, no, I remember now. You get it. You get it in the town ahead. I think is where you end up getting it. It's fine. I got Shockwave. My moves don't miss. Oh, but I miss. A 100 accuracy move and I miss. Are you serious? Okay, I was about to say he better miss one. How much is the accuracy reduction of fog? I don't remember. Ooh, that's a good move. I think that replaces Spark just straight up, yeah. Alright, I need to conserve shockwaves, so I'm gonna try to just land quick attacks. Actually, you know what? This would be the perfect time to use the PP up on the shockwave. Because I've been thinking of what move to be using on. I think shockwave is the way to go. Or discharge. Could probably do a little bit of both. Alright, I was going to... I'll use 2 on Shockwave, and I think I want Mega Drains for Torterra. I'll do 1 Mega Drain and 1 Earthquake, because those are 2 very strong, Oh wait, no, I'm gonna have Giga Drain, I just wasted it. Yeah, because I'm gonna learn Giga Drain soon. That was stupid. Yeah, that was just a complete waste. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see what encounters I get here. Okay, and then it's gonna connect it. I love RNG. Good old Pokemon RNG. That's 3 in a row, come on now. know if you can fly in the fog. I don't remember. Can I fly to the Pokemon Center from here? Or does the fog stop you from flying? It does not? Okay. I want to still see what encounters are here, but I want to go back and heal. Okay, I'm a chop. And it's gonna hit. Oh no, it also missed. Whoever thought this fog was a good idea is... What a great mechanic, you know? No, this mechanic is fantastic. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more encounters and go heal. Okay, the encounters here are kind of ass. Alrighty, let's go heal. I completely forgot about that fog mechanic. It like reduces your accuracy by like 10 or something. I actually don't remember how much. How much is that accuracy reduction? So I think I'm pretty sure it's only like 5 or 10%. Oh, where did I put my phone? To look this up. Where did I put my phone? Oh, there you are. Okay, everyone just angry about fog existing. How much does it lower it? Reduces the accuracy of all moves. Yes, by how much? It's only 10%? So I had a 90% chance to hit and I missed 3 times in a row. That's That's absurd. Yeah, Patchy is tanky enough. I can ignore all these high damage attacks. I'll be fine. Normally I'd be concerned, but it's Patchy. Patchy is nothing but tanky. This might be the first area I use a repel in, just because the encounters aren't great, and the fog makes XP farming non-existent here because half my moves miss. And the move that doesn't miss, my shockwave, I want to use in actual battles, and not on wild encounters, so... I have a repel active. Oh, it's because I'm level 29, right? I forgot it works like, it's not all wild Pokemon, it's just what's lower than your highest level in your first slot. I forgot that's how it works. I do need to catch this thing anyways, because I forgot it existed, so... Hollow Dragon, hello, hello. Yeah, I just forgot how Repel works in this game. I caught the Garlic Knot. I probably won't use him, I know he's very good. What emulator do I use? For this one I'm using Dasami? Does it show on my screen? Do you see the top of my screen here? So cursor, it's I don't know how to pronounce it, but the name's right here. It's Dasami, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with the old mechanic called Fog. It's fun. Thank you. Yeah. A lot of the emulators I tried to get to work just wouldn't function. This one kinda works. But it has weird like audio ticks. There's a lot of audio cues that just don't go through, I've noticed. I'm sure you'll notice as I'm using it. You'll be like, oh, this should have made a sound, but it just didn't. think I just swap here, right? I have to go for the fly. It's probably gonna miss 1 or 2 times, but it is the right play here. I'm gonna have to hope the fog isn't too bad. Wait, I have Swift, don't I? I'm pretty sure I have Swift on this. I don't, never mind. I just have to hope fly connects. I think I have to hit 2 flies now because of the curse setup. Good old fog mechanic. This is a good mechanic. Man, I see why I forgot about Platinum. Platinum's probably my least played of the Pokemon series, or at least the older games. And there's so many things about this game that just makes it forgettable. It's not a bad Pokemon game by any means, but like what it introduces. Besides the underground stuff as a kid I got lost in. Like you could just spend hours in the underground, but like the actual game is just kind of average. And this fog mechanic they introduce is just it's just a worse version of Sandstorm. Because Sandstorm does chip damage, at least there's like some kind of playing around that. But Fog literally is just you miss more now. There's like nothing special about Fog, it's just you have 10% less accuracy. Have fun. And this guy's using setup moves, which is making the fog mechanic even more annoying. They knew what they were doing here. Also, if you're wondering why Crunch one-shot, that's because I have Dread Plate on it. Yeah, I have Dread Plate on it, which boosts dark type damage. So I have Stab for Brine because it's a water type move, and I have Dread Plate for Crunch, and that gives me decent coverage with Floatzel. Having a water and dark type moves. That's fine, because Shockwave is special, and Chimecho is a special attacker, so I'm completely fine. Then Intimidate does nothing here. I think I just ganked the Gyarados. Alright, Shockwave guarantees a kill. So I can try to start poking at the Raichu now. Man, this fog mechanic is awful. I just literally just hope I don't miss the D attack. Alright, if it's gonna keep thunderbolting my Chimecho, I can swap into a Torterra and be fine. Even if it does connect. Saw Shockwave, swap into Staraptor now, and Earthquake, and see if Earthquake will hit. So I swap into Staraptor because ground is not effective on flying, and pray that it connects. Goodbye Staraptor, because you're not very tanky. Yep. I'm surprised I love that. Fog is a great mechanic. What? Huh? Is Staraptor not a flying type? Normal flying. Ground is not does no damage to flying. How did I kill my Staraptor? Wait, what happened there? Earthquake doesn't affect flying types. Did I miss some kind of interaction there? Huh? I'm very lost on how that happened. Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't connect to any moves because Fog is a great mechanic. And the only moves that are good here are weak. I can't use my 100 accuracy moves because they turn to 90 accuracy, so I have to use weak stab moves that I normally wouldn't. Fog is a great mechanic. I just hope Earthquake lands right. I forgot this Pokemon existed. Fog is a good mechanic. And the only moves that would work here are Swift and Shockwave, which are both not very effective against this guy anyway, so I just have to sit here and hope I land something. Can we make that 4 Leech Seeds in a row? Okay, who needs healing here? Well, if there's a chance that that Pachirisu will just die, so I'm gonna go for the one that can survive a hit and still get healed. Is Magnet Bomb 100 accuracy? Because he's hit every single one so far. Is that a move that doesn't miss? I forget what Magnet Bomb it does. See, the normal play would be to send out my Floatzel and use a water type move, but instead I have to resort to stall strats because of all the attacks I miss. I basically have to stall. It's landing rock slides on me, are you serious? Doesn't that move like 85 accuracy already? So he's hitting me with a, what, 75? That would turn that into? Fog is a great mechanic. Motham. What's that? Is that Wormadam's evolution? I forgot what turns into this. I'm blanking. I forgot this Pokemon existed too. I don't think it's Wormadam. I just don't remember what does turn into this. Okay, I have to look. I'm pretty sure it's Wormadam. This is one of the slowest Pokedex menus. Oh, oh, it is. Okay, so it's Burmy, Wormadam, and then Mothim. I was right. I've never used that Pokemon, I don't think, in any of my playthroughs ever. Shiv? Bucket. Hello there. How does it go? How's it go, Shiv? Afternoon chat. Hello, Cosmic again. Do likes everyone? Huh? Are you asking if I like everyone? Is that a question? It's weirdly worded. I don't. I take it there's a language barrier. It sounds like you speak a different language. Yes. If the question is if everyone's welcome, yes. I am not against you being here, but I don't know if that's what you're asking. Doing Platinum now? Fine choice. Honestly, I'm kind of bored. This so far the early game of this game is terrible, and I'm at the fog mechanic, and this mechanic is terrible. This is my least played game, and I'm starting to remember why. I'm still gonna do it for the series, because obviously I'm doing like a Pokemon series, so I'm playing every generation. So I'm gonna play the game to completion, but the early game in this game is terrible. I will say one positive so far is that you get actual movesets that make sense. Because in Pokemon Emerald, it will take you forever to get a Steel type move on a Steel type, or it will take you forever to get a Flying type move on a Flying type. This game, you get like early Wing Attack, early Absorb. you get moves that make sense, so like you end up actually having decent movesets early on. The problem this game has is the same problem I had with Gen 1 and 2, where there's not a lot of options in the early game. You don't get to pick a lot of, like, your choice is like in a pool of like 10 Pokemon in the early game until like you get to like Gym 4. So you end up with like what everyone runs in this generation. You end up with the Star Raptor, Luxray comp, and whatever star you choose is like the crux of everyone's team in Gen 4. It's not so bad. Platinum fixed many things, and Platinum Pros had issues with such a slow surfing mechanic and the lack of fire Pokemon. I mean, I got Ponyta, that's about all I have so far. I subscribe to you? Thank you, thank you. Wait, that should bring it back to 500 if you actually did. Let me refresh my page. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm back at 500. I lost it and now it's back. Nice, nice. A lot of people like Pokemon Platinum apparently. I think this is the highest viewership I've had in a while. Well, welcome. Obviously I'm not finished with the game Cosmic, but so far this game is more like a 6 or 7 out of 10 so far. Just because this game has the opposite problem that Emerald had, is the movesets are really good, so everything you run into is good. It's just like strong mechanic versus strong mechanic. Go burr. And then with you having a smaller pool of Pokemon to pick through, you're not really team building as much. That's like a personal preference for me though, to be fair. Like, I like to have options and build my team around multiple things, like what's good in what situation. In this game, everything is good, so you don't really have to team build. You could just throw whatever and do fine. With the exception of like Kricketot being just terrible. Cricketot's literally unusable. No, that's not saying I hate the game, obviously. It's Pokemon, it's fine. It's just like not my preference in a Pokemon game. I'd like to have more options and decent movesets. Emerald had more options but terrible movesets. This game has good movesets but terrible options. If that makes sense at all. I suppose you might have a point. Yeah. I'm sure I do remember the end game being quite fun in this game, because the underground is just pretty much like an infinite playground of just you dig and find stuff, and that I remember being fun. But as far as like a playthrough of this game, because I'm reviewing this stuff based on like first playthroughs, because I know the end game usually adds a lot more to the Pokemon games, but I'm not gonna grind every single Pokemon game. Yeah, at least not yet. Because that's a lot of Pokemon to get through already. Especially with the Heart Gold, Soul Silver, there's 2 regions I have to go through, because I didn't do Crystal's 2 regions, so I'm going to do Heart Gold's. Or was it Soul Silver? I gotta relook at my list, but it's one of the two. Mini games isn't exactly what this game excels at. Yeah. Where am I from? Canada or somewhere else? I'm North American. I won't go specifically where I'm at, but I'm NA. Man, this fog mechanic making me use a Pachirisu with Shockwave is criminal. These fights are so slow. I don't know who thought this was a good mechanic to add to the game. I feel like there's an item here. Nope. Oh, I don't know if I talked about it already, but they've ruined the berries in this game. So in Emerald, you would take 2 and plant 1. In the and in this game, you take 1 and plant 1. And you have to wait an entire day to finally plant 2 berries. So it just adds even more grind to an already grindy mechanic. At least in Emerald, with you taking 2, you have to think about which berries you're using in your playthrough. But in this game, you don't think about which berries you're keeping to use. You're just planting it as soon as you pick it up. Because you have no other option, that's literally your option. Because if you don't plant the berry you get, you have to rely on that random berry mechanic where you get a random berry every day, which is another additional grind layer. Which I don't mind grinds, but it's not really a grind, that's just like artificial time gates. It's a good thing I never taught Staraptor fly early, or I wouldn't have room for defog, which is important to stop missing attacks. Isn't this the only area where there's defog anyways? Or is there other areas that I'm not remembering? Alrighty, let's play, how many fog misses do I hit? Can we make it 1? All I have to do is talk shit about it, and it won't work. Okay, cool. There's another area that requires defog, but it's in a post-game setting. Oh. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna play this until the Elite Four. as far as my series goes, or I guess I don't know if I call this a series, it's just me playing Pokemon. I'm probably gonna do most of the games till the Elite Four. So it's gonna be like a review based on just your first playthrough. Because to do all the end game and all the games is just a grind, and that's like months of each game. Have I played Pokemon Go? Yes, but that's not a stream game because that game tracks your location the entire time you play it, and I'm not a fan of that concept. So that's not a game I'll play on stream. I, when I talked about starting this Pokemon series, that was like one of the first concerns is just someone's gonna track me down because it's literally a location-based game. What about the TCG games? I probably won't bother. There's a lot of like the side games. There are some that I'm interested in, and like with like Pokemon Stadium seems fun. But right now I'm doing the mainline turn-based games for now. My next game is actually let me check what my next game is. Pokemon Unite. I haven't heard of that one. I have my list somewhere. Ah, here we go. I can show you guys this. Oh. Yeah, this is my list of games. Oh, it's not big enough. Let me fix that. Should be able to, this should be readable. But that's my current list of games. Little Beat Trash Game, Pokemon Unite. I see you taught your bird thief. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I can get Lucky Egg in this game. I should do that in an area. Wow, you have done Red and Platinum. Well, I'm currently doing Platinum, but I haven't finished it. Yeah, I'll add to that list eventually. Of games, but that's what, 8 games so far? It's what, Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? That's like 7 gens of Pokemon. Battle the Clown. Pokemon Black is your favorite? It's a good one. That's my first one I played. I got into Pokemon very late. Before Pokemon, I was into games like Kingdom Hearts, Jack and Daxter, Spyro. I was more in like the platforming genre. The platforming collect 'em all kind of games. Like Kingdom Hearts, I was into Kingdom Hearts series for a bit. There's more games, I just can't think of them all, but I joined Pokemon very late. I wasn't huge on Pokemon, but then I had a buddy that, what was my first? That I played the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver copy, I think it was. I played their game and I got like an hour into it. I'm like, this is pretty fun. I'm gonna get myself a DS. And I got Black and White as my first owned copy of a game. So technically my first game was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. My first personal copy was Black and White. I'd say my favorite game of the Pokemon series would be Heart Gold and Soul Silver, just purely off the pure amount of, just off content. Wait, why use Pachirisu? Because there are stronger electric types, such as Luxio. Okay, I'll... So, the short answer is fun. I've never used a Pachirisu in a playthrough, and I want an excuse to use a Pachirisu. The long answer is I've used Luxray so many times that I'm sick of him, because he's like in every playthrough you ever see of this game. I'm just sick of seeing him. Magnemite's a trade evolution. I'm not doing trade evolutions because obviously I'm playing these games by myself, unless I set up a second emulator and do trades that way, but that just kind of defeats the purpose. Also, there is no Magnemite yet, and Pikachu is a rare encounter that's not until late game. Also, Pachirisu is cute, so is that enough reasons? It's the same reason I'm using Float Soul, because I don't feel like using, what's the normal water type you would use? Like you would just go and catch a Magikarp, right, and just Gyarados it. Because I mean Gyarados would just sweep the entire game. I'm also going to try not to use legendaries in any of these games. Because I did that in Gen 1 where I accidentally found Articuno by like the 5th gym or 6th gym or something like that. And then I caught a Moltres later, and I basically just double legendary birded the Elite Four for most of it. Also, legendaries are just broken. It kind of like ruins any challenge of the game. Not that Pokemon's challenging, but using a legendary is just like, it's easy. It makes the game way too easy. Patricia's base stat is very low. It won't last much against Ace Trainers, let alone Elite 4. Unless you fancy a challenge by using weaker Pokemon. Yeah, I've noticed that Pachirisu is just tanky. It's very good at being tanky and fast, and nothing else. I will probably swap it out for something. Eventually, nothing really fancy, but I can show you my box, I guess. I mean, already there's Luxray I could swap her out with immediately, because I have that Pokemon, but I just don't feel like using Luxray. I could also just Meditate. Meditate is a pretty strong choice. Because pure power is just broken. Unless you want to paralyze Pokemon. Yeah, but there's better options than Pachirisu for paralyzing. Pachirisu's not even like the best option for that. She's just a tanky electric type. Which there's not a whole lot of uses for that. I could also just Bronzor. Bronzor's pretty strong. Isn't he a trait evolution? Does Bronzor evolve by love or trade? I don't remember. I forgot how he evolves into Bronzor. There is a game where you can own most types of Pokemon, which is Black too. Yeah, Pokemon Black and White, from what I remember, is my favorite as far as options go. That game balances both options and movesets pretty well. Obviously, like, I haven't played it in years now. It's been a while, but from what I remember of that game. Yeah, Ponyta I was using for a little bit, but it doesn't evolve until level 40, which is just brutal. But this is all I have so far. Like, I'm 4 gyms in? Or no, I'm 5 gyms into the game now. And this is what my box looks like. I could just Gardevoir again, but I already did that. I think my best bet would be like Meditate. What about a Firestone? That's not this game. That's not for Ponyta. A Firestone evolves Eevee, Ninetales, and Growth, I believe, in this generation, but not Ponyta. Ponyta evolves at level 40 to Rapidash. It doesn't evolve by Firestone. Yeah. If Ralts is a male, you can get Galeed instead. It is a male. Wait, what does Brave do? Oh, that's its nature, isn't it? Yeah. If Ralts is a male, you can get Galeed instead. I don't know if I feel like using another Ralts this early, though. Because I already used one. I was thinking to get Porygon, because I've never used Porygon, but the problem is, if I replace Pachirisu with Porygon, I now have 3 normal types in my party. Which just is terrible for coverage. Like, the best coverage Pokemon, I think, is Bronzor. I could also Ponyta. Ponyta's not a bad option. But then I'll need something for flying types. Because there's a lot of flying types. Yeah, I don't really have many options right now. I will probably replace Pachirisu at some point, but it's too early to get anything. That's also kind of another issue with this game, is a lot of the encounters are either day or night locked. So, indirectly, there's a lot of Pokemon I'm just not getting because I'm just playing through the game. Nice flying types. Galley is a complete copy of Gardevoir. It gains part fighting and physical attacker. Night slash Leaf Blade. For example, Noctowl is your favorite type. Noctowl I remember being decent. I might use a Galead in another playthrough, but I feel like I want to use Chimiko this time as a psychic type in this game because I feel like Chimiko is just more fun. I don't remember if Chimiko is very good. So far, it's kind of niche, but I want to use something different. He's not the best flying type, but you like it. Yeah, he's kind of like Pidgeotto. Where like Pidgeotto's not bad, he's not good. You use Galead when I ever played Platinum using Turtwig and it was overpowered as Gardevoir. Yeah, I'm trying to like come up with different teams every time. Like I'm obviously like there'll be some overlap. Just actually probably not because every gen has like some different types of Pokemon. I'm trying to like keep the teams different. I don't want to just like use a Gardevoir every time or a Gyarados every time or you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of choice specs. Isn't this item broken? The best Gen 2 flying is Crobat. Crobat's solid. I think Crobat's like one of the better flying types. Well, not counting legendaries. He's like the best. He's the best playthrough flying type, I'd say, because Poison's just very strong. You could do a double team setup with Crobat, Confuse Ray, and any like toxic moveset, like or even Sludge Bomb and like Air Cutter or whatever flying type move you have. And Crobat can be pretty annoying. He's like just because poison types are so strong. Their only weakness is like steel and other poison types. But even like psychic types, you could even use U-turn. I'm pretty sure he learns U-turn, so you could do a U-turn strat too. He has like a lot. He has a lot. He's very versatile. What am I doing? I don't remember what I'm doing. Oh, choice specs. I was in the middle of ranting and I forgot what I was looking for. I'd probably give that to Chimecho, right? Is Muck any good? Is he? I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure he's just a good tank. He's another Pokemon that's just like a decent at being a tank. I don't remember him being very good. He has some uses in Nuzlocke where, because items are usually so rare in Nuzlocke, he'll swap into him whenever you run into anything that can poison you because he can't get poisoned. I think that's like the most use he gets is just being a poison type. But as far as like actual usability, don't use choice specs, it boosts special attacks, only lets you use one attack for the whole battle. I know. That's why I mean Chimecho only really has like one good move. Most of his moveset is just kind of meh anyways. So I'm just gonna use whatever. Probably use Confusion and Swap. Until he gets a better moveset, the choice specs isn't too bad, because Chimecho's moveset currently is just kind of average. Right, gotcha, yeah. It's probably not good when he gets a better moveset, but for now it's fine. So it's good for like early to mid game, but eventually I'll probably take it off, yeah. I wish the Switch 2 would add Fire Red. That was a that was a game I was talking about maybe emulating at some point. Or not emulating, but like also adding to my series. I mean, right now I'm just playing baseline Pokemon games, but Fire Red does seem like a fun one to play. Like I'm thinking about doing it at some point, just like for fun, not even like as like a review, because I'm pretty sure I know what it's gonna be. But I feel like if there's any way to experience the old region, it would be through Fire Red. Probably the best way to do it. Ash Gray is good. I had never heard of that one. It's a ROM hack? Yeah, it sounds like one. I've never heard of that specific one. I gotta remember to interact with this because this is important for the story. I remember getting stuck here when I first played this game for a while just because I didn't interact with this painting because I didn't think it was important. So I just ended up just walking around aimlessly and having to eventually, I don't know how I figured it out, but I did eventually. It's based on the anime. Okay. I was not expecting this fight. I forgot that there was a fight here. Watch it freeze me. It's like a 10% chance to freeze. Right? I didn't. Okay, now the question is, do I want to sack here? Probably. I'll just quick attack and sack. I really don't have anything for ice types either, huh? I do have Earthquake, but I'm also 4x weak to ice, so it's like a double-edged sword with that. This thing probably outspeeds me. Oh, it didn't. Imagine someone using a Tangler in Pokemon Red. Tangler? I forget who that is. That's the little grass thing, right? That's the evolution of Tanglia, right? Or is this a giant noodle Pokemon? Is there the new update? There is a new update in Rivals, if that's what you're asking. I'm pretty sure, because you come from Rivals. But no, this is not the Rivals update. Dude, I don't know what it is with Rivals, but lately everyone's a DPS player now, so every time I load into a game, it's like 3 or 4 DPS players now. Like, I don't even pick a character yet, and it's always 3, 4 DPS now. Every time without fail. I played some Rivals this morning, and it was just all DPS blocks. I gotta remember where Chanseys spawn, so I can try to steal a lucky egg. Ah, yes, the 5% chance to miss. Coming in clutch. That did a surprising amount of damage. Sweet, now I have Surf. Oh, fat fingered. Alright, before I forget to save, I probably should save. Because I keep forgetting to. Hello. Hello, Jim. Hello, hello. So, go west from Jubilife City. She's just here to tell me to go to Counter Life City, okay. Got it. Oh yeah, this is where I get right. That's the perfect replacement for Pachirisu. I could use Railu instead. The only problem with that is X and Y gives you a Railu. So I would end up using him again in a second game, which I'm trying not to do, but I might make the exception for X and Y, because X and Y is just so easy anyways, that I really don't, there's really no team building in X and Y, because they just hold your hand for that game. Because they give you so many broken Pokemon. They give you a Lapras, they give you another starter, they give you 2 starters. I'm pretty sure there's a 5th one I'm forgetting, but they pretty much hand you like a full team that's insane. So I feel like it's okay to use Railu twice just for X and Y. Because that game is just so stacked in your favor. That there really is no team building. I do remember what's the sword name where I did think he was a cool concept to come out of that game though. The is it Regislash, right? Where if he uses a physical attack, he goes into defense form. And if he uses a special attack, I believe he goes into an offensive form. I know he changes forms based on what attacks he uses. I just forget what the condition was. Oh, there's new encounters here. This thing does levitate. So I'm just gonna kill it with crunch twice. It might be 3 times now actually because of the defense up. I don't think Dread Plate punctures that much, yeah. This will be a while. Alrighty. RNG is RNG. I'm just gonna try one more time just because. This only happens 3 times, right? Yeah, of course it did. I could have just swapped, but this is just like normal trainer area anyways. I'm not too worried about these fights. I'm really gonna need something for these steel types. I feel like every time I make a team, steel types ends up being a weakness. That or ice. I remember in Pokemon Emerald, my entire team was pretty much weak to ice types. I just realized I could have used Discharge this entire time. Because it's also a special move. This guy really likes Bronzor. Yeah, I'm thinking Ponyta for the steel types to eventually turn to Rapidash. But who would that replace? I feel like I replaced Floatzel with Ponyta and Pachirisu with Railu, is my thinking. Because Floatzel is decent, but I do remember that she starts to fall off in the mid game. I don't remember how good Rapidash is though. Oh, I guess I just can't swap now. This thing's probably gonna use a revenge or payback. Or Mud Bomb. I think I lived that. Yeah. Because Pachirisu is tanky. Pachirisu tanks that. Why is there a tree to cut here? Oh hey, another Shingling. Wonder what other encounters are here. Meditate. Is it just Shingling and Meditate? There has to be one more, right? Who else do I encounter here? I'll do like 1 or 2 more encounters just to see what's here. But I feel like it's more than 2 things, right? Ow. I should have expected that, honestly. It's not a bad XP spot. I could farm some levels here. Eventually. Yeah, just have an XP share and kill everything with Star Raptor. Because it's gonna be a lot of Meditate and something else. What was the other? I already forgot what the second encounter was. It was Meditate, Graveler, and something else. Okay, I think this thing has Pursuit, so I have to stay in. I should have swapped. I should be fine, yeah. Oh. This should still do decent damage, but... I forgot how broken Choice Specs was. Who needs 4 moves when I could just Choice Specs? I forgot how broken Choice Specs was. Alright, I think I've explored enough of this area. Let's go do the next gym. Yeah, the next gym's gonna be a steel type, so I'm gonna need that Railu and Ponyta combo. Yeah, because the next gym is steel, right? So this gonna be a perfect time to like decide what my team is gonna actually end up being. I'm thinking between Ponyta and Meditite. I'll probably do Ponyta and Railu. Is my thinking. And there's the double battles coming up, so I can abuse the heal mechanic that you get to grind some levels on Ponyta to catch her up because she's still 17. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put Patchy away. And I'm gonna need something else instead of Railu for now, because I'm gonna need to do something. I guess I'll do meditate for now, just for fighting type. But I'll eventually swap him out. Yeah. Surf covers water, so I'm good on the fire department still. I could use the barrel. Surf is not a terrible water move, so I still have water coverage. I'm trying to think of what I'm weak against now. I'm gonna struggle into flying types. But wrong way. Ooh, tentacle. What's good? Hello there, Taylor. Uh, it's good. Just playing through Platinum. I don't know how long you've been sitting here, but I was kind of team building. There's not many options to team build with, but this is what I came up with for the steel type gym that's coming up. And that ponytail has an XP share, so I can give it some levels. You just got in, but your team looks feisty. Yeah. I will say this game is very slim pickings for what to use. There's not a whole lot of options. Okay, I just swap your rant. There's no reason for me to take all this confusion damage. I'm gonna play it somewhat smart. I will say I prefer Diamond and Pearl over Plat. Well, so far I'm playing by the generations. So far I've played Red, Crystal, and Emerald. This is my 4th game in my series, quote unquote. And I've played a lot of Pokemon, but it's my first like ever YouTuber thing with it, I guess you would call it. I've never made content on this game before I started this quote-unquote series, but I have played a lot of Pokemon. Enough that I know basic stuff. I'm not saying I'm good, but I did used to play this game a lot. And I remember Platinum being one of my least favorite. First ever stream lock? It's not a Nuzlocke. I'm not doing Nuzlocks yet, it's just normal playthroughs. I do eventually want to do Nuzlocks, but that's not what I'm currently doing. I'm trying to familiarize myself with the game again before I do any like, sort of challenge runs. What about a shiny lock? Oh, that's where you can only use shinies, right? I feel like I'd only do one of those because it's such a time sink to do those. If I were to do one, it would be a one and done. because shiny hunting just takes so long. Your last X and Y playthrough was a shiny lock and it took about 3 months. Yeah, that's like, if I were to do that, I need to find like a, a huge time commitment to it. Alright, I'll be back here for the battles, but I'm gonna go heal up. This is an emulator. Yes, I'm using an emulator, yeah. I'm not on a Switch or DS or anything, though. It's just more convenient for streaming. I do have physical copies of the game, but anything to do with Nintendo is an absolute mess to try to stream on. So I just bypass that with emulators. It's not because I don't have the games or any of that. It's just anything to do with Nintendo. Nintendo and PlayStation are notorious for just being terrible for consumers. I don't know if you know this, but I was your 500th sub. I've hit 500 a few times now. It's gone up and down a lot. I think it's like I've hit like 3 or 4 times now. I've started to lose count because it goes up to 500 and then drops, goes up and then drops. I just think YouTube doesn't want me to get anything above 500. They're preventing me. Nah, I don't care that much, but I do find it a little funny that how much it shifts. But I've said this before. I don't really care about the number sides of YouTube. I'm just a dude sitting here playing video games. Like I'm really doing nothing special. I play video games because I want to. I play Overwatch. Who is my main? Technically by hours played, it's probably Widowmaker because I have the most hours on Widowmaker. But I'm a flex player now, so I play a lot of heroes. The short answer is mostly hit scan with a dash of Hanzo. The long answer is a lot of heroes. I have a lot of mains now. I guess I'll go with mains per each role. For support, Ana. For tank, probably Junker Queen now. She's a lot of fun. And for DPS, Cassidy lately. But I haven't been playing a lot of Overwatch. I've been playing more Marvel Rivals lately. But I used to coach for Overwatch, so Overwatch was kind of like my first competitive shooter where I was like actually competitive with the game for a bit. It also just taught me a lot about, do I play Unite? I don't know what that is. Is that a Pokemon thing? I think someone was in here earlier talking about Pokemon Unite. I just don't know what that is. So no. But yeah, I haven't played much Overwatch lately. Mostly because I'm just bored of it. I go on a lot of breaks with that game. But that was like my first like actually game I got competitive in. Because I ran a team for a year and coached for 2 years for that game. So it's where I learned a lot about like shooters, a lot about like positioning. It's a 5v5 MOBA. Oh, I'm not into MOBAs. That's why I haven't seen that. I'm not huge into that genre. I really haven't played many MOBAs besides like Smite, but even Smite I wasn't huge into. It's just not a genre I dabble in. You hate MOBAs? I don't hate them. I just don't like. I just don't play the genres. Okay, I gotta get to Iron Island. That's the boat. I do remember that. And I think this door up here is locked. Oh, it's the rival battle. I forgot about those two. Oh, I was just talking about how I'm gonna struggle into flying types. See, I'm gonna go for one leech seed. I hope this lands. Okay, nice. I'm gonna head off and hope your day goes well and hope your stream goes well and try to pop back late IAB in a bit. Oh, okay, you have a good one. Alright, this guy's just gonna double team setup the whole time. Shameful, Barry. Shameful. I'm very glad that Leech Seed landed now. Because either he has to swap and get rid of the double team. Also, you're on my For You page, so YouTube isn't doing too bad. I... There we go, so I had to swap. Okay. It swapped to go swap into something else that I'm strong into. Nice. Heracross is faster than Staraptor? I, I didn't think he would go first. I think Infernape is faster. Yeah. Ah, crit. I was like, I would survive that, but not if it crits. Choice Specs is about to go burr. Unless it crits me again. Double crit? Wait, no, that wasn't a crit, it still just one-shot me. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get sleep by Infernape. This is what I get for giving him the best starter in the game. I don't remember what most of these moves do. No, time to read. The user senses the foe's movements with his mind to ensure its next attack doesn't miss. Oh, okay. That's not useful here. An attack that hits a foe using protect or detect. Okay. Paralyze. And I had a calm mind set up in the last game, so I do remember what that does. Go for paralyze. Damn, I'm gonna get swept. Hot damn. I forgot how broken Infernape is. I'm pretty sure he goes for a double team setup. No. Never mind. Now do I wipe here or do I? I think I just wipe here and come back here later. I'm gonna go level up a bit. I do think I know the answer to this fight though. I could just actually just do it right now. I literally just use my old team. Because the two problems that I'm running into are Staraptor, who's Intimidate, just lowers my physical attack. I just use Discharge and I'm fine. And then the Infernape, I just use Brian twice and I should be fine there. And then I swap to that team and level them up at the boat area. And if it tries to double team set up on me, I have Shockwave just as a backup. So I go for one Discharge and then Shockwave the rest. It'll probably swap when it gets like half HP. I'm tanky, I'm good. Patch tanks those. Super Fang, I forgot what that move does. Cuts the target's HP in half. That's not terrible. And Herrick, I just sack my Patchy here. And then, I don't know if I Chime Echo or Star Raptor. I should have Star Raptor. I forgot one. I just ran to Night Slash. I should have remembered. Of course it crit. Of course. Alright. I do survive this if it doesn't crit like last time. There we go. And now I survive even if it crits, and I fly and do at least half of its HP. I don't think I one-shot it, but I do a good chunk of damage, unless I hit the 5% chance to miss, which will probably happen knowing my luck. Okay. That should do about half its HP. I did not think it would one-shot. Okay, this doesn't have moves that could really hurt me. So I could just heal on this one. Ah, crit. This game is trying its damnedest to screw me in every department so far, but double crit. Okay, I do one more quick attack and then I roost one more time. I just roost stall this guy. I survive even if he crits. Which he likes to do apparently. Roost one more time. And then back to quick attacks. Also, Meditite's moveset's not very good when I catch it, so I might instead of just using Meditite, I'll keep Floatzel for now. Oh. 5% chance to miss, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's 5%, right? Actually, let me check that. 5% chance to miss, by the way. I'm gonna go abuse the heal mechanic that you get from, I forget his name, but the dude with the blue cap. Because you get 2 spots where you have force double battles, which is more XP. And the also, I should probably save, it's been a while. Hello Kita, what time is it? How long can I stream for? I got another few hours, I'm good. I'll probably end my stream off by grinding here. Because I need a lot of XP, the fights are about to get very hard. Oh yeah, I forget that you can surf and get different encounters. Let's see what you get. Oh, apparently nothing. When I want encounters, it doesn't give it to me. There we go. Okay, tentacle. I do want to use a tentacruel in one of these playthroughs. You know what? I will. Instead of using Floatzel, I'll use tentacruel. Because I've talked about using tentacruel in every game so far. I think I'll finally just do it. Toxic spikes, that already makes them really good. That's a pretty good
moveset for battles at least, not wild encounters, but... Alright, is there a way I can check your nature, or... I have to go to the PC, don't I? But before I forget about it... Oh. Yeah, this is where I change my team up because I get to abuse the XP mechanic. Or the heal mechanic. That you get from the dude in the blue hair. Or blue hat. Yeah. There's a lot of just broken mechanics they introduce in this game between the two areas where you just get free heals. Yeah, I was gonna check his capable of taking hits, bold nature. Prevents stats from being lowered. That's not a bad moveset to start with. This is usable already. I don't have to change much of that. Like, most I do is sludge bomb instead of acid. And toxic maybe instead of toxic spikes. And then some other stab move instead of wrap. But this is mostly just decent. It's not terrible. Considering I just caught it. I might actually take a coffee break quickly. I'm gonna need to find a good spot to do that in. This dude just isn't home and is letting me in his house. Oh. Oh, his name was Riley. I always forget his name. That's probably strength, right? Yep. Where is he? Didn't he say he'd be training with me? I forgot to heal. That's, you know, that's fine. Excuse me. What do I have for repels? Because I don't want to use a one that lasts long, because I'm gonna have the double battle soon. I think I only need the 100 step one. Oh right, I have my tentacruel leading. I forgot it's level based, so I have to change my first slot for now. Protector, that's how you... That's the item that evolves Rhydon, right? But you have to trade it. It's one of those trade evolution things. Yeah. Which, I've said 100 times, I won't be doing trade evolutions for the series, because you wouldn't normally get them in the casual playthrough. Oh right, I do remember now. You go down this elevator and that's when you get the double battles with Riley. Okay, Raichu. I just Earthquake it. I pressed the Earthquake button. Yeah, if I remember right, this thing's special defense is awful. It has good special attack and normal defense, but terrible special defense, I think, is Raichu's stat spread. It's a special attacker and normal defense, I think is... I actually don't remember. I don't know, I'm pretending like I know. I know Raichu's fast, that much I do remember. There we go, now this is the grindy part of the game. This is where I get a coffee break, and we get to grinding. That hurts everyone, doesn't it? No XP for my tentacle. Unfortunate. But it's a lot of XP for Ponyta. I feel like the barrel is actually perfect for this spot with just having Surf. Because it's double battle and there's a lot of rock types in this cave. I feel like he's just gonna be the perfect XP farmer. Because he's gonna one or two shot. Because if they have sturdy, they don't get one shot. But you should one and two shot most things here. Just pressing the surf button. Oh yeah, you can catch Steelix in this cave. I think this is one of the few games where you can get Steelix without trading. He should heal me now. Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna start leveling all my low level stuff. And I'm gonna go make a coffee. I'll be right back.
Fire spin. I don't think that's a move that's very good, right? 70 accuracy for a. Get that shit off my screen. I don't get. Okay, get out of there. 70 accuracy for a 15 power move. I don't even think rap is that low in accuracy. Isn't rap like 85 or something? Yeah, rap is higher than that. Alright, I'm gonna mute up and just grind this brainlessly. The one time the AI doesn't go for the super effective move.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was right about that Steelix thing. This is a wild Steelix. But of course, the AI is gonna kill it, so I'm not gonna be able to catch it. But well, if Steelix survives this surf, then I can. But all right, I got one shot at this. Because the AI is gonna want to kill this thing. Of course. This would be a good time to set up toxic spikes if I can. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I outspeed here. It's gonna use confusion and kill me. That did a lot of damage. Oh, because it's physical, not... It's setting for special defense, not physical. Or for normal attack. Okay. Now I'm soloing the rest of the fight. Nice, nice. Sweet. Another shot at Steelix. I don't know if I use a Steelix. I know he's. Oh, he's pretty decent. I did say I wouldn't use any trade evolutions though. But I forgot about the fact that you get Steelix here. Yeah, it just hates Pokeballs. Okay, fine. You don't want to get in the Pokeball? You don't have to. Oh, I immediately see a flaw in their strat. Actually, no, it won't work. I was gonna say I could swap into Staraptor, use Fly, and bait out the high jump kick, but its AI is not gonna hit Staraptor. Because it sees super effective on the Lucario. So my best bet is take whatever poison move Toxicroak has and just Earthquake. Earthquake should just sweep here. And that's exactly what I did. Let's go get that item.
paralyzed and 1 HP. It could not have been a more perfect situation, and it still got out. Nice. Yeah, this game just doesn't want to give me a Steelix. Alright. No, I have a second shot at it. About time. Now, does that count as a trade evolution? Because I technically didn't trade for it. Because I did say I wouldn't use any trade evolutions, but I feel like that's the one instance where that condition doesn't exist. I probably still just won't use Steelix anyways, but I don't know. I don't think I have any steel type moves, yeah.
forgot how short this segment is, because the Team Rocket fight, or Team Rocket. What's the team in this game? Team Galactic? They're so forgettable. I think it's Galactic, right? The Team Galactic fight is the end of this double battle XP farm, so I think I'm just gonna do some XP farming off stream and call it here. I thought there was more exploring to do, but I forgot how tiny this cave area is. So, thanks for stopping by, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.